Maitu aruga umiena njane ndago laidai urago ne ho tamwene ndio la mari
negwa otego teyohoro ne achokiyoro mogima kere mokoyo nege kabe
Izozo enyanga yako enyanga yako Japedi mulongo esiruja yalira balebe bache bafuneka Japedi mulongo mama oganga ngona yali mushereno mukana we bitunguni umoyo.
So Kikuyu folk music had specific roles. It was divided into age groups and also gender. The music, or the songs mainly, were meant for educating members of the community on certain values that the community upheld as important. For example, if there were some values that young men needed to learn from older men, there would be some songs, especially during initiation, where the boys would learn, so that the message in those songs are passed on as the values that the community held as important, that should be passed from men to boys. Same thing applied to the women and the girls. Songs for children would be educational as well. They would have some hidden meaning sometimes, as for example ogre songs or fireside songs, where the mothers would sing songs to their children in the kitchen to educate them about what they should and what they should not do and why. When it came to the type of music or instrumentation, the Kikuyus don't seem to have a very wide variety of instruments, because usually instruments were seen as toys. There is the one-string fiddle, which is called the wandende, which boys would make as they went herding their sheep. And it's a one-string bowed instrument, similar to Ishiriri with the Luyas and the Luos Orutu. So all that instruments were mainly played by boys. There were also some percussions which young men would put on their feet, on their ankles, called shigamba, which are supposed to accompany young men's aggressive songs, such as circumcision songs. As they moved, they gave a percussive effect. So that was the role of instruments, really. The older people did not play instruments as was seen as toys or as child's play. And the communities, and when the Kikuyus usually saw other communities playing instruments, they sort of saw that one as degrading for an adult to do. That is why instrumental music in Kikuyu music is not as elaborate as it is in, for example, the Luhya or the Luo. As the colonialists came to Kenya, and mainly to the central part of Kenya where the Kikuyu inhabited the land, the missionaries discouraged the Kikuyus from continuing to perform their traditional music, as they considered it as heathen. So, and they encouraged the Kikuyus to take up their style of music, either hymn singing from the mainstream churches. So they learned how to sing hymns and translated them to their language. And those now became more of the folk songs of the Kikuyu as they continued to discard their old traditional music. They also adopted a dance which is called the Mwomboko, which is accompanied by accordion and a metal ring called karingaringa, which imitated the colonialists and as they danced their waltz. So the Kikuyus created the Mwomboko from the waltz. For particular age groups, there was or gender, like for example the Getiro was for old women, and this would be a drinking song for women who've already hit menopause and have already hit and had their last child is married. So then they'll be free to drink alcohol and to dance. And then there will be others like Mushungwa as well for the younger men. The rhythm in Kikuyu music would normally be in quintuple time or 5 time, where there will be 5 beats in a bar. And accompanied by shigamba, the percussion for the ankles. And then also we have the circumcision songs as well would also be in 5/8. The melodies would be in a pentatonic scale, having 5 notes usually, and there would hardly be any harmonies in the music, but the structure of the song is call and response, where the soloist would sing a line, and then the crowd would respond to it as a response to what he or she has sung.
A pentatonic scale, as the name kind of implies, think of pentagons and pentagrams and things, has only 5 unique notes, okay? And in the major, they are the tonic, 2nd, 3rd, 5th and 6th of the major scale. And back up to the tonic, okay? 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 1. Pentatonic has a very sort of distinctive sound.
The Luhya community has got several sects, and there are certain dances, like the Isuha community focuses a lot on the Isukuti dance. The Isukuti dance has got, the dance is named after the drums, which are also called Sukuti drums, and they are usually drums in 3 sizes, the father, the mother, and the baby, and accompanied by a ring as well.
The father drum, which is the biggest, is low-pitched and directs the dancer's steps and movements the way a father takes charge of the family and directs them in life. The mother drum is medium-pitched and is played during climaxes when dancers need to be incited to intensify their movements. This illustrates the flavor which a mother adds to the family. The child drum is a timeline from which the other 2 drums get their pattern and keeps their pulse. The fact that this high-pitched drum has to be played constantly means that children are very important in a family.
Now these percussion instruments accompany all types of music, including the kamapega, which is a shoulder shaking dance. And also during bullfighting, there's always the sound of the sukuti. Whenever the community people hear the sukuti playing, they would assemble and there would be a dance. The Luhyas have value, sound, very much unlike the Kikuyus, who always have to have a message in their music. The Luhyas have the instruments existing on their own without necessarily having a message. Music just for music's sake. That is what we call absolute music. Just enjoying the sounds of the sukuti and the dancing that accompanies the sukuti rhythms. The role of music in the community as well, in the Luhya community, involves educating the community, funeral songs. As the Luhyas believe that a funeral should be happy, so there's a lot of singing and dancing and drink and feasting while they escort the spirit to the next world. So there's a lot of active and vibrant music in the Luhya community. The Luhyas also encourage only boys to play the instruments, while the ladies sing and dance, having ornamented melodies and ululations in their singing as well. So the nature of Luhya music is always very vibrant. Although they do have some harvest songs which are rhythmical, which encourage some system of work, some rhythm while they are cultivating. And then we also have children songs or children play songs as well, which educate the children. They teach them how to count and teach them values as well that the community finds important. There are also wedding songs, which all involve the use of the sukuti drums. The Luhyas also have a 1-string bowed instrument, which is called the shiriri, which is a discussion between the soloist and the instrumentalist. One famous shiriri player is Mwalimu Ingosi, who's very, very famous, and he's taught a lot of people, and his son has also taken up teaching the Ishiriri in schools as well. So the Ishiriri is still taught widely in the Luhya community. It's made from 1 string and hollow. The resonator is a hollow cylindrical wooden stump, and then there's a membrane made of goat hide. The sukuti drums are really interesting because they're made from the monitor lizard skin, which they have to capture the monitor lizard and skin it, and then dry and prepare the skin, and then make the drum for it. Make the drum from the skin. The monitor lizard has a very thin but very tough skin. That is why they use that. We also have the other string instrument, a 7-string instrument called the litungu or iritungu by other Luhya sects. It is also a solo, an instrument played by a soloist as he sings and educates the community. Usually people would listen quietly as the litungu player sings. So basically those are the general Luhya characteristics of instrumental music and the roles of music. They have the full diatonic scale, do to do, as the Westerners would call it, and also the singing is call and response. When it comes to folk songs, where the sukuti is accompanying the songs, there is usually a soloist who then calls the chorus to sing in a sort of discussion.
Kumoyo kwange kulira unambwi, kumoyo kwange kulira unambwi, kumoyo kwange kulira unambwi, enambwi mai, kumoyo kwange kulira unambwi, eno chamwe kulira unambwi, eno chabungoma kulira unambwi.